We open up with some basic analog horror stuff, the usual red text saying, "This will give you nightmares and spooky stuff and PTSD and all that." We're then told to grab these items, which I will not be grabbing. We're then told if the voices in your head continue to speak, you should plug your ears, but we all know that won't silence them. We're then told to call the SCP Foundation so they can wipe our brains, but I'm not doing that. They also make a sad attempt to make us call the SCP Foundation by saying we'll live a normal life. For our first chapter, we have the Tree of Heaven. Oh my god, it's a PowerPoint presentation. Up first, we're told this guy is running a show, but one day while he's running this show, some spooky hacker decides to traumatize all the little kids. How mean of him. Anyway, we're told that the aliens from outer space decided they wanted to assign us their own personal therapist to help cure the depression. I think for the remainder of this video, we'll call our outer space friend Jimmy, because he looks like a Jimmy. Now, Jimmy tells us whenever we're sleeping at 3 a.m., he will be there to make sure we're doing alright. We call this the nightly vibe check. It's a very important part of healing PTSD, as seen in figure below. The government named the broadcast 813. After Jimmy was assigned to the 530 people who had reported the spooky television incident, the one with the hacker, they decided to check up on the people, and well, I guess the results weren't so good. You see, they said that the hacker was feeding off their spine. In an attempt to help Jimmy with his job, they decided, you know what, let's delete the broadcast off the face of the earth so that nobody can remember it. 12 days after Spooky Hacker broadcast, they discovered that some people ended up in pseudocomas, which is a fancy way of saying sleep paralysis. This actually means that Jimmy was not there the night before and they suffered from a crazy PTSD attack. They then proceed to tell us how Jimmy messed up at his job by showing us this war veteran. But midway through their interview, Jimmy decides to come in and do his annual vibe check, as seen in figure below. Jimmy really decided to up his game by learning how to play saxophone. So he decided to play saxophone while giving us an anatomy lesson. But just listen to the saxophone. Truly majestic. He continues with his anatomy lesson by showing us his heart and his arms, reaching out for a hug. Poor Jimmy just wanted attention. Then the government decides I know too much and decides to stop the recording.